Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every Tuesday, and I also give an extra monthly video or Zoom call to my patrons, and all the previous ones are available for whenever you join up also. So go ahead and check that out if you'd like to support me over there. The link is down in the description. Today's video is always one of my favorites of the month. It is my Planner Perfect setup video. I started doing these back a couple months ago. I've been in Planner Perfect for I think about 14 months now, but I started doing these setup videos just a few months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and they are all under my Planner Perfect playlist if you're interested, and people really loved them and asked me to keep doing them. And so this is a much more personal video. It's not like my review videos at all. I usually wear a lapel mic in this video. I am today versus my Yeti mic, because I'm usually working and having the mic in front of me makes it difficult. Although today I won't actually be decorating with you because I've already almost finished decorating my book. I will show it to you though. So every month this video is a little bit different. If you take a look at past months, they're all completely, different. I don't go through the same steps every month. We don't do the same thing. So I think that makes it kind of fun too. Right now in August, I am in Cocoa. This is the leather from Planner Perfect. I will link down below an IGTV review video I have of all the leathers I own from her. I do plan to get a review video up here on YouTube of the leathers. I just haven't yet, but the IGTV will be linked down below, as well as my Planner Perfect playlist, as well as an IGTV about all the inside options in Planner Perfect books, so you can see what the lines look like, the dot grid, the graph grid. So if you're new to Planner Perfect, if you're new, I have a 20% off Amanda 20. That is a one-time use, and it excludes leather. You don't have to be new to use it, but you can only use it one time. So you can load up your cart as much as you want, or you can just use it on a sub box. It's up to you. Here we are in our August, and I did do an August setup video here with our journal, my plan book, which I added a Marian Go Bright picture to the front. All the Marian Go Bright pictures you see are from her page a day calendar that is on Amazon. It is linked in my Amazon store. I just love the seasonality of Marian Go Bright's art and the homey, comforting feelings. I've loved it since I was a teenager, and I actually really prefer her older art to her newer art. So here we have August. Now you guys saw I did something really different in my July book, and then I tweaked it and I did a little bit more of that in my August book, and I'm going to tell you my plans for September. So in August, those are Katie Daisy pages from her gratitude journal, and I have a review up here on YouTube of the Katie Daisy little weekly planner. It's linked in my Amazon store. I will link that review in case you're interested in this beautiful artwork. I'll link the review of the Katie Daisy planner down in the description. So I started out by using my first week for a couple of monthly lists. So I tweaked this from July and kind of learned what I wanted. I have the good, so just looking for the good, blessings. I have done good job just so I can feel great. It feels really fun to look over the list and see that, not everything I've done, but kind of the bigger, harder things I list there. Gold stars are the really big things, when I feel like I really did something that I didn't want to do or was really hard that day for some reason. And then I have a need to do, which I haven't really been accessing and using this list. I've just been keeping kind of my weekly list in my weekly little notebook. My daily notebook. I've been keeping my weekly list in there. And right now I just switched from my Becky Higgins little notebook, which I love those. JM Planning Essentials retweaked her daily planner notebook, made the lines lighter, and redid the format a little bit. And she has 100-pound Mohawk paper. This is JM Planning Essentials. I will link it down in the description too. And I have an IGTV review up of this daily planner, but she also has plain notebooks. But 100-pound Mohawk paper, it is amazing. So since she lightened her lines and tweaked the layout, I wanted to jump in and try it and love her new matte gold coil. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this amazing paper, and her layout's working for me. But I've just been keeping my weekly list in that book, so that's why this page is blank. Just the channel videos in order of what I need to work on next, so to keep track. Need to buy, and then my son's list for his mission that he's working on. And so I kind of come here every couple days and ask him what he's gotten, and we kind of update. He's doing pretty much all the online research and shopping, and just consults with me on things. So he's doing a great job, but that's just kind of for me to know where he is. A quote here, and then so this week I didn't get, you know, my normal recording, journaling, scripting for the week because I kind of used it for those monthly lists. Now, those monthly lists could have gone at the end of this month. I was just testing it out. Like, I think every single month since I've started with Planner Perfect, I've used it a tiny bit different. If you go back and look, until I started doing my monthly setups here, I was sharing pretty much every month in IGTVs, and those are all under a series of Planner Perfect IGTVs on my Instagram if you're interested in even going back and seeing those before I started doing the setups here. So I've used the books different every single month, really. And I just tweak it to base what do I need in my life right then? Do I feel like I want to do all scripting? Do I feel like I want to do a mix of scripting and journaling? Do I feel like I just want like daily kind of journaling? Do I want my daily lists in here, right? And so I've just used it in all the different ways that it serves me best in that time. And so I put kind of a weekly list there. And then I kind of wrote out Tuesday one day, and I had already stuck this Katie Daisy in there, and that ends our week 1. So that's what I used week 1 for. And then the rest, I actually started using pretty traditionally. Sometimes I would do a timetable here and then just some journaling. So timetable and like journaling of what happened that day. Timetable, that day didn't get that much written, but I don't always even share a flip through of these because sometimes I feel like my pages are too personal. And I haven't been sharing a flip through of my finished books, but timetable and journaling. So that's kind of what I've been doing this month. It's not super neat. I looked back over and some of my books are really neat. I was actually amazed. I looked back over my books and especially my fall books. Oh my goodness. I will have to pull some of those out from last fall. I think because I just love fall so much and the decorations just draw me in. And so I just did really neat scripting and journaling all in my fall books last fall. And I was like, wow, I didn't even remember doing that. So who knows, maybe once I get into the fall motif, I'll go back to doing that. And then I'm kind of experimenting with dividing my page out into sections, thinking of it like sections of the day, or thinking of it like scripting or writing out what I want to get done at home, what I need to get done for my channel, like personal, what am I doing for my self-care that day? So I was just kind of experimenting with dividing out my pages into sections that way, even pre-dividing them, but I think it's better if I wait till I get to the page. So right now I'm just using it traditionally how it's laid out, 2 pages per day, 1 page per weekend. And this last week, I actually did not decorate. I did put this from the Katie Daisy book, and I'll probably write like a highlight from the month there because I just love the sunflowers. And we're going to get sunflowers for September. But this last week, when she starts midweek, she gives you the end of the week. So you have all these extra pages. And then she gives you the next week in your new book right here. I will show you. So Monday, the 30th of August, that's going to be our first week in here. And I always jump into the new book because at that point, I like to have all my looking ahead for planning. So when the weeks do that, so I could definitely use the end pages for like my monthly lists, which I think I'm going to do in September. I don't know where the week ends. I can't remember now. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it was questionable, so I didn't decorate the last week. The weekend's on a Friday, and when that's happened before, sometimes she's only gives you 1 page at the beginning. So she'll only double up 1 page and not the whole week, and then give you that number of pages for those days. So I'm not sure what she's going to do in the October book. I hope we get the whole week, but I'm not sure. So I don't know if I can use all those pages. So I'll probably use some of them because I know I won't need all of them in here. I know she'll at least give us 1 page and not many pages, if that makes sense to you. If you're new here, it might not. But if you are new here, I have a Planner 101 video here on YouTube, and that is a great place to start to get an explanation of what she sells, what she offers. She offers subscription boxes, and that's what we're going to go over here in my September subscription box and setting it up in a different color TN. But she offers just journals that you can customize. You can completely pick any of her previous artwork. It's all on her site, which I love. And you can customize any script you put on the front, any print. You can customize the inside pages if you want blank, dot grid, lined. This is just my list book for random notes that I keep back here. She was actually in the September box last year as the journal, and she became my list book. So I've been with her for almost a year now as my list book. So that is looking at my August. And I always keep 3 books in mind when I get asked. I keep a journal up front. And usually I put that month's journal, even though that's not the journal I'm writing in, because I just like it for the decoration of the front and the back. It flows with the month. I'm actually still in a previous month's journal because I don't fill out a journal a month. So I save them, and I'm still in a previous month's journal right now. And actually right now I'm keeping that in my bedroom where I do my 5-year journals at night. On a dresser next to my bed, I'm keeping the Planner Perfect journal that I'm in, and that's like when I'm doing my journaling in there right now. And you guys, I thought this video was going to be a short one since I already had my book set up. I just never know what I'm going to do in these videos, but I love them because they're just completely personal and me, and I don't have to share a new planner with you, which I love doing too, but you know, it's a much more personal video. This is the Out and About Cocoa. Planner Perfect did just drop some new leather colors, and she will be dropping more, she said, by the end of the year, new colors. I used her system for about 5 months, I think, before I ever got my first leather. And it might have even been 6 months. So you definitely do not need a leather TN to use her journals fully. I mean, you can just buy a journal and try it. Some people love to buy all their journals, pick out their own covers for several months ahead. That's where you could use my 20% off coupon and load up your cart, because they like to pick out their own cover and they like to have control over that. But other people love the subscription box coming every month because that's Jenny's new art, and her new art is always listed on the site within a couple weeks later, but you wouldn't be able to order it and use it like for that same month this year. But her new art is in the sub box every month. You get 12 tip-in cards, we'll talk about that, and 4 sticker sheets every month. I've already decorated, so I've used almost 2 full sticker sheets, but I left some on here to show you. So that's a full sub box. She offers part sub boxes with just the plan book or just the journal. She offers just the accessories, so she has a lot of sub box options, so it's not just like you have to get the full box. And it is free shipping. And so some people love that because they don't want to think about having to go pick out their journals in advance because they are customized. You do need to allow, I think, about 3 weeks from the time you place your order until you receive it. So you do kind of have to think ahead on that one. But so there's just so many different options with her shop. And Molly recently started back in Planner Perfect, and she said, my sister Molly, who gives updates here on my channel too, she has a whole planning update playlist as well. We give quarterly planning updates, but she said that it felt like coming home. She texted me that, and I shared that on Instagram. And Planner Perfect does really feel like a being at home. It's a system that feels really comforting and can serve you in any way you need it to serve you. And it can have such a different feel for every month. And I really do love that. I enjoy having a completely fresh new feel for every month. So let's look through my decorated book here. And let's see what September box looked like. September was a new sunflower that Jenny painted. Jenny Penton is the creator and the artist behind Planner Perfect. So her covers, the feel of them, it's almost like they're painted on a canvas because they have texture to them. And so that's the look and feel you get. I don't know if you can see that texture. And that's something that everyone just loves about her covers, is it almost feels like you're getting the original painting on there. So it's just the quality is bar none on that. I love when she carries over the design to the back in some way, because flipping through your books in your TN, you see the back just as much as the front, you know, as you're flipping. And so it's really nice to have the back like that. This is just a plaid on the back. But I really like when she carries over the art in some way to the back. Okay, so this is our plan book for September, and this is our journal. In the sub box, you only get blank pages for your daily and your journaling. There's not an option to choose. But if you order your own books, you do get to choose from all the different inside page options. So if you're someone that doesn't like blank pages, then you would need to go in and order your own. The sub box wouldn't work for you right now. Maybe sometime in the future they will have it. So in the full sub box, you get a plan book every month, a journal every month with her fresh new artwork and take on the month. You get 6 different tip-in cards, but you get 2 of each. I have already taken my extra ones out, so you get 12 cards total. I stick them up on my magnet board by my desk for every month, and I know we're still in August, but I love the September cards so much going into fall that I already took down my August cards and put up my September cards. So that's why I don't have all 12 here, but you get 6 cards, and usually it's like, that's her new journal. This girl is from last November, so you get to have old art come in, and I love when old art comes in that I haven't even bought. So I've been, with her for like 14 months now, but I love when the old art comes in that hasn't been recent, so it's a little bit older and I haven't had it yet. This is a brand new art that she said is a peek into the October box. So that is so cute. I really like that. I love this fall tree. That's one of her old arts. And the new sunflower. And this was in last September's box. Okay, I said I know I like when really old art comes in that I haven't had yet. But I really love this apple wreath. You guys have heard me go on and on about it. So I'm really glad she included that tip-in card. Tip-in cards can be used in your planning and journaling by just tipping them in. Literally, you can put them in and they will stay in. So it could be a meal plan for the week that you move from day to day. You can write your meal plan. It could be a Bible verse. It could be a motivation, a quotation. It could be a reminder. It could be if you scripted your whole day and your plans for the day have to change and you need to tweak them, you can write it out in here. You can tape it in with washi tape and like flip it up, or tape it in with washi tape here and flip it to the side. I was using mine to write in just really good moments during the month. So nothing big, just, moments with my family or kids that I wanted to remember. And I have a whole bunch of cards like that. But then I kind of fell off that wagon a couple months ago. But maybe I'll get back on it. And then I also use them to like stick in a card to a friend. You stick them in blank and then they can use the card for whatever they want. So they're just really nice, thick cardstock cards, and so nice to just get them in art to go in the month. You get 4 sticker sheets every month. I've already used 2. They're doubles of each, so you get 2 of each of these. This month it was a lot of her beautiful sunflowers. And she picks from her previous art as well as puts her new art on here. And look at that owl. I love the owl. I love the fox. Love the fall wreath. She included the November girl and leaves already. I love that. I don't care that in Texas our leaves aren't even going to fall till December. I still like to see all the fall in September. So, and I love apples in September. Absolutely. So her stickers are amazing quality. They really are. Okay. And then, usually there is a sub box with only the washi tape sticker sheets and tip-ins. That's the accessory. So you can just get that if you just want those. And she usually does sell the washi tape tip-ins and stickers on her site after the box comes out. They usually do sell out pretty quickly, but they do list them up there. This is her washies for the month, and I always put the washies for the month on the back page here so I can remember what came in the box, because I often use other washi tapes too. And I mean, she nailed it for this month for me with my taste. Love the apples, and I love the paper sack background she picked for that. The Hello Fall and the acorns on orange, and the coffee cups, but they could be hot cocoa or tea, because I personally don't drink coffee, but that doesn't bother me because that just says fall. So love. Your box always comes with 3 washies, and they usually are all Jenny's artwork. Sometimes she picks just a plain color to go with 2 artwork pieces, but most time they are all 3 her artwork. This month I also pulled from last year's boxes 3 of Jenny's washies to use in my book. Actually, I don't think I used the pairs. I think I'm going to save that for like November. I love them though. I love the pear washi. All the washi looks better down than just on the roll. But I used her sunflowers from last year and her leaves from last year. And that's really fun after you've been receiving the box for a while, is that you've built up these washies you can pull back in from the past years. So that's her washi for this month. And my journals, I just personally, like I said, I don't use a journal a month, so I save them and I use them at different times for a list book. And I will save them, and sometime in future years, then I might just start using these for my plan books. If I'm not receiving the box anymore at that time, who knows? But Your plan books do have a calendar in them, and I will show you what they come with, but you could definitely tweak and make your own plan book out of just a plain journal, and many people do that also. So let's jump in here. These are sewn books. The paper weight is going to be all down in the description. I think it's 24-pound journaling paper, which equates to, I think, only about 60-pound text weight, but it feels much thicker than that. It's such a nice paper. Many people do artwork in their journals like Jenny. You can watercolor on this paper, do art, and it handles all those mediums really well. All right, I'm just making sure we're in here. We're going to do my flip through of September. I put a Marion Go Bright picture, a Katie Daisy little September thing up there. I fill out our major things, and then every month I use this differently. Basically, this is just for journaling purposes. This is not my calendar that I go off of. I go off my Ashley Shelley monthly calendar, which is like my command center. It's like my wall monthly calendar, but it sits on my desk on an acrylic easel. So this is the calendar that I live off of, and all my main events also go in my iCal. But this is just for journaling purposes, for if I ever, look back in here, or my posterity looks back in here. Love the apples. And then I usually just fill in something we did each day. That's how I've been using it recently, or something good each day. So you have 4 goals pages outlined for you in the plan book, and I do utilize those every month. That is where I think about what I want to get done that month. I pull from my big goals list of 21 and 21, and usually I do a section for those list type of goals, the things that I just need to get accomplished that month. And then there is a section or a page for like my heart goals, what I call my heart goals. I know Whitney English has heart goals, but this is different. I just call them heart goals because they're the things that matter the most. And it always has to do with goals pertaining to time with my family, those type of things. And what am I going to do to cultivate those relationships that month? And those goals usually stay pretty much the same every month because I'm always working towards the same thing on that, but tweaking those. So that's kind of how I divide up my goals. And then also, if there's extra goal pages, I use them to plan out, like if there's somebody's birthday that month or a holiday that month, and I want to write my plans out, because that is a goal for the month to execute that. So any special events like that, or if we're taking a little field trip or something. Then we jump into our weekly spread, which is horizontal and Saturday and Sunday share a space. This weekly spread just works really good for me in here for journaling and scripting purposes. I write my appointments in it, but then, and I've been marking my weeks with these Avery tabs. They're in my Amazon store, and I really like them. I used to only have bright colored ones, but I shared in my last video, I bought a package of the muted or silver, rose gold, and I really like those. You can see how my calendar fills up with the events and things that happened. Oh yeah, in August, I did do something like this. And I got the idea. I tagged her on Instagram from someone who lives in Nantucket, Georgie Morley, I think. I tagged her on Instagram, and I will try to remember to put her tag down in this video. But more of this month, less of the theme for the month, notes to self, the color of the month, just pick a color to be your theme for fun. New moon, full moon, average temps. I added all that in. She didn't do that. I just got kind of this basic idea from her. Sunrise and sunset time. And I know it changes every day, but I just pick one at the beginning of the month and write it down there. And then these are my heart goals for the month. So that's how that month went at the beginning. But the weekly layout, what I was going to show is that's actually the week we're on. So let's go to the week before that's filled out. I just kind of write what went on that day. And sometimes it's the major things I got done. So I can look back and be yeah, even though I feel like maybe a lot didn't get done, a lot did. And even if it's those things that are not the big things on the to-do list, but I spent time with my kids, or, did a long read aloud with school that day with my youngest, or took time to just really sit and talk with my teenager, then those are the things that matter the most. And those count for me the most. So I like the weekly spread for that, but I do go through and write all my appointments in there first. And then I started out using just a washi per week, which I talked about last month. I tried out I've always seen Annie Smith do that. She's here on YouTube, and that's where I got the inspiration. But I did it for this first week, and I went ahead and pre-dated. So I haven't pre-dated in 2 months because I talked about in my other videos how I wanted it to be open to use. You know, I didn't want to have to say I have these 2 pages per day. But guess what? I missed that. I missed it being all pre-dated and set up. So the only thing I haven't set up in here yet is my Merry and Go Bright pictures from the calendar. I did cut them all out. But I haven't decided if I'm going to pre-stick them all in here this month. I probably will. I usually do 1 per day, so on one side or the other of the page. Or if I wanted to leave it open, because I wasn't sure if I was going to try to section out my days like I talked about. But I probably will stick them in here. I have already cut them out, and I did not grab them and bring them over here with me. I'm not sure why, but I just stick them out. I did bring this with my double-sided tape is how I stick them, and you saw how the pictures were in here, like 1 per day. And I just used the ones from the calendar that month. I bought an extra calendar just so I can pull them all off ahead of time. I bought it when it was on sale for like half price, and just pull them all off ahead of time and be able to cut out my whole month. And then I just kind of look at what goes with the washi that day and the stickers, and I just stick it on. You know how the colors kind of coordinate with whatever washi. But I just go through and use the pictures from that month. So, but right now I'll just flip through my pages as they're set up. And I do often go and add in more stickers after I already start working in my pages. But I used to put more, but now I've started just doing 1 sticker per day. Because with my Merry and Go Bright picture, sometimes that seems like enough. But then other times I go back in and I add more. I just try to pick a sticker that coordinates with the washi I chose. And then the date, I usually use the ERIN CONDREN dual tip markers is what I'm using to write in all my dates. I use the thicker end to write that in. And those are the ERIN CONDREN dual tip markers. I just love how many colors there are to choose from in there. So it's fun to coordinate your marker color, even if you don't have super neat handwriting like me, and your washi tape. And so I did do a washi tape per week until I think the last week here. Let's see. Then I switched to sunflowers for this week. And I just always put a strip on Monday and Friday. It just works for me. It adds a little something to the page, and I don't have to think about it and reinvent the wheel every month. That's just how I do it. So this week, I guess I did do all sunflowers. And then the last week, I think this is where I mixed it up. Yes, I added in some of the old washi, the leaves, and back to the apples. Every day is a little bit different on this week. So I used to do different every day, just mixed up the whole month. But it's kind of easy if you don't want to think to just do 1 week per washi. It also makes it when you're flipping to try to find your weeks easy. And then this week, since I didn't know if it's all going to be in the new book or not, I'm not decorating at all. But I think I will put my monthly lists back here. The couple lists that I was keeping in August, the ones that I use the most, like good things or gold stars. I'm going to put some of the lists back here at the back. And then you end with your month in review. And I just fill that out as the month goes on, just the major things that happen that month that I want to remember. And that way I don't forget. Because if I waited till the end of the month, I'd have to go back through all my pages and try to dig out the things. And this way I just write them as they happen. So that is my monthly book for September. Let's get her set up in a TN. I'm going to tell you what I was thinking. At first, I grabbed the jade to see if I wanted her to go in jade. And she could look really good in jade because the yellow, the blues, the greens, I do. And I love the texture of jade and the thickness. But I think I'm going to do poppy because of the red. Tara and I, at Homeschool with Me, did another unboxing on IGTV when we got our boxes for like our initial reactions, and she pointed out the reds. I will link that IGTV down here in the description if you're interested in seeing our unboxing on IGTV and our initial reactions there. Over on Instagram, you should be able to view all those Instagram IGTV links even if you're not signed into Instagram. You don't have to have an account. I've heard you can just view the links if you want to watch them without having an account. So September, look how pretty that looks in poppy. And then the out and about, these are supposed to be credit card pockets, but I do love how, you know, they can hold all your little cards for you. And that makes it really fun to choose, you know, like which cards, since we already have the sunflower up here. think we're gonna do, and I tend to leave room so that I can see each card well. And I might flip it around, but you can't really see the girl's legs all that good. Oh, I wonder what I'm gonna put on the front. Maybe the sunflower, because that is like the big theme for the month. And ooh, the clip I'm gonna use. Let me come over here to my Ollie clips. I think I can reach them. Ooh, that was a stretch on my cord, you guys. Okay, so we can either do like the animal print, or we can do the black and white. Whew. Right now this month, I love this one. Those flowers that were on for August. These are just from the Ollie Clip store on Etsy, so nothing fancy at all. But I think I'm gonna use my animal print that Tara gave me. And when you get a gift from a friend, it makes it even more special than buying it yourself, don't you think? Because every time you use it, you think of that friend and their sweetheart. Okay, so the insides, oh, I know what I'm gonna put here, actually. Oh, I love that. Or maybe the tree will go in the middle in that. Anyway, yes, we love that. Okay, and then I can always grab a card off my board if I wanted more, but I might not. We might just go like this month because I have them all up on my board and I do love to look at them. And then the journal for this month, I stick up front, like I said, even though I'm in a different journal. I know that seems weird, but hey, everybody sets up their system different. I like to see the new print for the month, but I always put my plan book in the middle, even if I like the art on it better. I don't put it in the front. I put the plan book in the middle because it is the easiest for writing. And then my list book will go back here. And when I have a book in the front, because there's 4 elastics, but I only do 3 books. When I have a book in the front, a book in the middle, and a book in the back, it just feels very even to me to write in the middle, and I never have to take out my plan book to write in it, so it can stay in. It feels great. If I have 4 books, it's too hard for me to write. I'm already not a neat writer, but different people feel so differently about that. Tara loads up her TN, and she doesn't have a problem writing in it. But personally, since the plan book is the one that I write in the most in here and would like it to be neater, and the list book doesn't really matter to me because I'm just jotting things down, and the journal I'm not even using. So that has switched up over time too. I used to keep the journal I was using up here, but then I never got to see the fresh art for the month. And also I would take out my journal a lot of the time to write in it. And so I just figured, why not just leave it out and put the fresh new art for the month. So my list book will go back here, and that will be my setup. And yeah, I mainly just leave it open to my plan book behind me on my desk, on a shelf by my desk, so I can grab it and write in it every day and consult it and grab it back. So it just stays open. And sometimes it does come to my bedroom and live on my dresser by my bed too. So it lives in those 2 different places, but usually always open. In one of my months, it was not August, I think it was July, but it's labeled on there. I did a thorough pen testing and which pens I like best on her paper and how the pens worked on her paper. So definitely you can check that video out. Pentel Energel is one of my favorites, as well as Papermate Flare. But that video has a whole bunch of pen talk in it. It's my setup for a certain month, but I put and pen testing, and I think it was July. It might have been June, but I think it was July. Okay guys, so this month is going to be in Poppy, and it only has the 2 books to start, so it looks a little bit sad, but it'll be, I will move my list book when August is over. And oh, that sunflower with the red looks beautiful on Poppy. I love the Poppy leather. It's well, I talk all about it in my leather comparison IGTV, so I won't go into it. I think this video is long enough. Let me know all your thoughts down below, guys, and have a wonderful September. Now this feels just so fresh and ready, and I've said this before, as I go through and decorate my pages for the next month, I truly, as I write each date, I really go in and think about that day the next month. And I think about what a blessing it is to get that whole day here with my family and to be healthy. And if we're all healthy and we're all here together, what a blessing that day is, and just how much that next month holds. And September is a big month for us. My son starts at the MTC at the end of September. That's the Missionary Training Center. But his is still going to be all at home as far as we know. That's 3 weeks of training online in Zooms every day, because They are only phasing in people coming back to the missionary training centers in small groups with COVID. So they are phasing them back, coming back. They usually leave and go to the missionary training center and then leave on their mission from there. But he will be doing his MTC at home, so he gets 3 extra weeks at home. And then he will be leaving for us for 2 years to go serve in the Salt Lake City South mission. I have announced this on my Instagram before. I don't know if I've ever said it on YouTube before. And so it's kind of a big video. So we have been getting ready for that for the past couple months. I guess we found out the beginning of June, his mission call. And then he turns 18 in September too. You have to be 18 to go. So he's barely making it. He put in his leave date right after his 18th birthday that he could leave. So he turns 18 this month, and he's starting at the MTC, and the next month he will be leaving our home mid-October. And I'm sure you will hear from me on that in videos, but more on Instagram where we get a little bit more personal in stories. So big changes for our family coming. September and October are big months. And I feel that when filling out the plan book. You know, I think about that month and what it's going to hold and what each day is going to hold. And, you know, I start trying to almost, you know, give my blessing and say a prayer over that month, you know, just thinking about all those events and days. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.